throughout the day. But up next, we're meeting the Piano Man. No, not that Piano Man. This one.
Hi, everyone.
The pianist takes his grand piano.
Let me just get on into the reading. This reading is for Karmic, for the Karmic. Okay, I have the tennis one. This is a couple. Two of Cups, Magician.
I'm Brian Norcross with a Hurricane HQ Minute,
Death.
answering the question, what the heck is a potential tropical cyclone?
King of Cups.
2017, the National Hurricane Center could only issue warnings for
Five of
land
Pentacles.
areas after a circulation developed.
For example,
Wheel
they
of
couldn't
Fortune.
issue warnings for a sprawling system like this, even though it was forecast to intensify and head toward Florida.
Judgment.
So the concept of a potential tropical cyclone was
Right
created.
now, they are in
Think of it as
judgment.
a potential tropical threat.
This
It means
Karmic
there's a
couple
good
is
chance
in
land
judgment
areas will be
because of
affected.
some spell work
Advisories
that
are
was
issued,
done,
including
that they
cold. In
did.
this case, the system
And-
is forecast to reach category 3.
That storm became devastating.
It's the end for them.
So the next time you hear of a potential
They are in
tropical
their
cyclone,
emotions,
just
or
ignore
they
the
will be
confusing
in
name
their
and pay
emotions.
attention to the
They
forecast.
are going
Fox
to
Weather has you covered this hurricane season.
be out in the
Find out.
cold.
Stream us free at
They might
foxweather.tv.
even know this.
30 seasons. It's just the start.
Give me more on this reading. They have a mountain of problems.
Pursue forever. Rewrite
Something about
forever.
electronics.
As we fight for Baltimore,
Electronics.
for the flock, forever.
I don't know what is this electronic.
Ravens, forevermore.
Initial
Why I started making art was that I wanted to take something that's very
electronics.
ordinary and
Maybe
turn
you
it
work
into something
in an
that
electronic
tells
shop or
huge
something.
immersive stories, so that we can look at the things that we look at in our everyday lives and see the potential for something totally fantastical. My name is Saya Wolfel, and I'm an artist in the Samsung art store.
Being greedy. Basically being greedy. Basically, this Karmic was being greedy. This is a collective read in your Karmic. Or Karmic. Initial Y. They are going to be in confusion. Yep. Or they may be dealing with confusion right now. Yep. They are going to be out in the cold. They may be homeless. Judgment. The judgment is death for them. Not necessarily death. Death is the end of something in their life. Yeah, they have lost control. They lost control. This is a karmic family. They were being ignorant with the spell work.
And welcome back into Fox Weather. We're talking about thousands of lightning strikes that ignited more than a dozen wildfires in California yesterday alone. The Golden State is heightened with its fire risk because of the very warm temperatures, low humidity, and the wind that picks up. That's the recipe for this type of setup. That's Murphy's, California. Here's a view from yesterday with 10,000 lightning strikes.
Yeah,
alone
your
in
karmics are going to
California.
end up being
What ends up
trapped.
happening out west, by the way, just because you have thunderstorms, you would think, okay, that's going to lead to some of the lightning.
They are going to be
or at least
trapped
rain
right
getting
where
to
they
to
are.
put out and extinguish those flames. No, it ends up being dry thunderstorms. I used to forecast this all the time. In
Oh,
northern Nevada, northern
so
California,
somebody
and you call it
does
cargo.
work
You just
in the
evaporate
electronic
the
shop.
ground. And why this is
It's gonna catch fire.
Major problem is because that lightning is so hot.
You're gonna
once it
lose
hits
your
the surface,
business.
it becomes that conductor, the thing that creates the fire, and it grows so fast. And
You
then
went to
it
a
becomes
high
difficult
priestess
get
to have
ground
this
personnel
done.
out there because the lightning in and of itself is dangerous. So there's almost no way to stop the growth of the fire. Now, they've been
Your
doing
car
amazing
will be
jobs at building
repoed
overall containment.
or
And I'm
already
watching this
have
on
been
satellite
repoed.
imagery. You'll notice this is the TCU September Lightning Complex. Now, typically in California, when you have multiple spot fires, they'll just call it a complex because you don't want to just name it one. They were all started at the same type of event. With that lightning, you can see some of the burn scars in those areas. This is in the Central Valley region into the Western Sierra. And a big thing, by the way, is that we are at the
Could
end
be
of
a
the summer.
Capricorn.
And we're just looking at the opportunity for the storm door opening out west, which means the last several months, not only has it been hot because it's summer, but it's most likely been dry.
For you, it's
So
like
it
World
drops all
War.
the vegetation that flourished from the snow in the winter time and the spring storms.
It doesn't
has
look
completely
good.
dried out and bone
Doesn't
dry.
look good.
That allows these storms or these wildfires to grow rapidly. Now, it's not just California in the west. We start talking about the Canadian fires. They have had plenty of them as well, over 19 million acres burned. And you'll notice the air quality out west, how it will diminish. And when
It
you
doesn't
look
look
at
good.
the upper air pattern, at times with these massive wildfires, you can see how it would stretch thousands of miles away. And we'll be talking with Tom Walks, its impact on the Midwest.
Whatever
But our
the
guest
whatever
that
the
we're about
karmic
to talk to
asks
has
for,
been impacted
the
by
answer is
wildfires
no.
during his concerts in years past.
That's right. I mean, most times when you think of classical music, you may be thinking to yourself,
Your
grand
karmic is a
concert
mental
hall,
abuser.
velvet seats. But our next guest, who's coming up here, well, his concert hall is outdoors.
The karmic is a mental
It is amazing.
abuser.
Joining us now is
So they
Hunter
were
Noah.
trying.
He's
They
a
were
organ-based
manipulating
classical
you.
pianist, and he performs on a 9-foot Steinway.
The spell work
Steinway,
has been
grand
returned
piano
to
in
them.
some of the most remote and beautiful places out west. Hunter, thank you so much for being with us. What inspired you to kind of take this classical music out of the concert hall and out into the elements?
This could be a movie producer.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
This
so
could
can you
be
kinda
a
talk to
movie
us? We can see that you're
producer.
set up outside.
Whoever
Can you
this
kinda walk us through, Hunter, what led
resonates
you to
with,
take the
that's who it's
piano
for.
outside to perform?
But
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is really
you're gonna have a mountain of problems.
Being outside
This
and playing
this
classical
couple
music.
is going to have a mountain of problems. The spell work is ended.
Spots all across the west to set up concerts, and we give the audience wireless headphones.
You are now being held in judgment by the divine.
I mean, this is amazing. And I'm thinking to myself, you perform rain or shine. Has there ever been a performance where you're in
Damn,
temperatures
you
or
can't take it
heat
anymore.
that maybe impacted
Oh,
your
poor
performance in any
thing.
way, or maybe it was a different
Poor
experience for
thing.
the audience in any way?
Oh yeah, we performed in over 100 degrees in the Oregon desert and in -2 degrees in Big Sky, Montana in the winter.
Damn,
rainstorms and everything.
you told
And,
your friends about the
it-
black
it
magic
makes it
you
all
did
part
on
of,
Divine
part of the
Masculine.
show. Outside we don't even have the illusion.
So
of
I'm
control,
going to
and
say
so,
the
you can start to
divine,
might play a piece
period.
by WC called Gardens in the Rain, or if it's really hot.
I mean, the chosen one.
we
Divine
always sort of,
masculine
put up
is
our umbrellas
either
and, make
male
it
or
work.
female.
I
In
love
this
it,
reading,
Hunter, because you talk about kind of
Divine,
the fluidity of the show, right? You're
period,
embracing the
divine
elements out there,
person.
you're letting the concert become this
This
unique
could be
performance because it's
a
guided by
Libra.
the weather event. But I do want to ask
Like
you,
I
at times,
said,
it can
your
get extreme,
car
especially
is
for the
going
Pacific
to
Northwest.
be
10 out of your 340
repossessed.
shows have been postponed
Re-
due to the weather. What's your
Repoed.
secret
Your car is going to
staying
be
adaptable and
repoed.
flexible into those elements?
Well, we've got a great crew, and actually, this 1912 9-foot Steinway he's really a remarkable and resilient machine. So we
Divine had enough of you.
to keep her safe.
Divine had enough of you.
But she's really an amazing machine and can perform. You know, I was surprised the first time we brought her down dirt, bumpy roads. We put her back up, and
This could be a basketball player.
So I'm constantly amazed by this stuff.
Or maybe you play
Just
basketball.
thinking about all of your different shows, is
If
there
you
a
need to
certain
switch
type
it
of
around,
role
do
that you
so.
enjoy playing in a little bit more than the next, or does it add a bit of an like,
You
emotional
all have
response to the
bribed
audience
other
if you play
people
in
with
rain versus
money
on a
to
sunny
get what
day
you
or
want
sunset?
You know,
to
sometimes
do
the most
this
accurate
spell
weather
work
kind of is the most
on
exciting
divine,
to perform.
on the divine person.
Because we're all, you know, me and the audience, we never know what's coming next. And so it kind of makes it a little bit more
You're
special
now going to
the
be a
more on the edge of
freeloader.
our seats we are. And it also allows me to kind of play with the music and what I'm going to perform on the spot, which gives the whole program more of an improvisatory feeling, which I
love too, by the way, because it's like Hunter's putting on a performance, but Mother Nature sometimes joining
You
in
will
on
be
that
served
performance.
papers on your
Hunter, I don't know if
home.
you
You're
can hear,
gonna
but I
you're
wanna
gonna
ask you
lose
one
your
last thing. Of course,
home.
we're talking to you because you have a big show tonight. Can you tell us about what you
You're gonna lose your
have
home.
So it cut out a little bit there, but I think for these upcoming Dark Sky concerts, we have some astronomers coming, and so these concerts happen at night, and so we bring the piano out into the Oregon high desert, so that people have, you know, they can look up at the stars, learn a little bit about the night sky, and listen to some beautiful music.
Sign
Beautiful.
me up.
I know, right?
Right, this would be a
We
bucket
might have to
list.
make this a field trip.
Yeah, bucket list adventure here. Hunter, Noah, thank you so much for giving us the insight, and best of luck tonight on your performance.
Yeah, this couple.
Thank you so much.
This is a couple. You could be also be a Gemini.
Weather across west, the southwest,
No.
actually.
Let me rephrase that. Turn that around.
During, ironically, its final month.
This is
We're seeing lot
a
of rain. You're
couple.
looking at some of that video that's coming in. Our very own Robert Ray actually shot
Gemini
this video
is
for us.
always
The Midwest, they're gonna be
always
gearing up
in
for
my
yet
read.
another round
Okay.
that rain
And
coming
then
into
again,
tonight. So
it might
expect
be
this. We are
a
looking at flash flooding
Gemini.
being that top risk that's in place really throughout the end of this week.
We
know
won't
that it
know.
has been
Your
a very
birthday
active
could be
season
in
across
March
the
or
Southwest.
April.
But now we have another
Pisces,
round
Aries,
of moisture that
Taurus.
may add to a higher threat of flash flooding. So let's kind of talk about this, what we're expecting, what you should expect if you live in the four corner states
Pisces,
or across the
yeah,
Southwest in
Pisces,
general.
Aries,
Well,
Taurus.
look at this threat. It stretches all the way to about Saturday of flash flooding. And
What-
you'll notice
what?
that the coverage even expands towards the end of
Gemini
the week.
is
Areas
involved.
Like Oregon, where we just talked to Hunter, and all the way down towards the western portions of Texas going into the weekend as well. Right now it is pretty active. We have a couple of thunderstorms already bubbling up. You can see a little bit of that spin throughout
I mean,
Arizona,
Gemini
pushing through
plays
Utah, back
key
around parts
role.
of New Mexico, and even just north of Las Vegas, catching a couple of
Scorpio
showers
also
there, too.
play key
Getting in
role.
close, there are thunderstorms, so we know that that can also be a big rainmaker and a big
Mental
threat
issues.
for possibly lightning that pushes through across
There will
parts of
be
the region, too.
mental
But
issues.
moving forward, we talk about tonight into tomorrow. Steve and I talked about Hurricane Lorena. Heading into the latter half of this week, a lot of that moisture gets transferred right across the four corner states, and
This
that's
karmic-
what actually heightens our risk for
Yeah,
flash flooding.
collective, your
across parts of,
karmic.
say, Phoenix, Albuquerque,
If they don't
Dallas,
have
Salt
mental
Lake City,
issues, they're
and
gonna
gets
have mental
enhanced
issues.
in a way that adds more.
And the spell work they was doing, they made an
When we
altar.
look at the amount of rain that we can see here, you'll notice that we start to see a little bit of
They
yellow,
made an
even
altar.
some speckles of orange blood up into southern parts of Arizona. That's going to be our primary focus for seeing flash flooding, but it does stretch all the way up across parts of Santa Fe, back towards Durango, where we could see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rain too. I just think that initially, when it comes to Lorena's moisture, it funnels right into southern Arizona. So that's going to be one of the trouble spots that we watch. And the thing is, this is going to be a silver lining in a lot of ways. Then
This
really
downfall
not.
is going to
Because we
come
look at
as a
areas like Phoenix and
surprise
Tucson, back across the state line for Silver
to
City.
you.
This is where we've been seeing
As I
the
saw the
severe to
surprise
extreme and even
card.
exceptional drought in place. So this could be a bit troublesome in the near term with the flooding threat, but long term, I think it will be helpful with all the rain that will help some of these areas that have been notoriously dry over the last couple of months. Looking at the rain for Phoenix down towards Tucson, it really starts to fill in as we head into tomorrow evening. We'll watch this kind of continue all the way through about Friday. then that moisture shifts a little farther to the east. Totals here across southern Arizona.
Yeah, your
anywhere
karmic
between
is
a half an
usually your
inch to
children
upwards of
against
nearly
you.
2 inches. And Steve, I think even locally we could see higher rain there too, maybe upwards of even 3.
Yeah, a lot of
Like
talk
I
about the
said,
influences
black
of
magic,
the
the
Atlantic
spell work
and the EPAC,
has
right?
been
So,
returned.
Ken was talking about the influence of what Lorena could have. Let's talk more about what we could see for September play out as we get into the peak of the season and those influences it could have in the Caribbean, out towards the Gulf, or even into the Southeast. These are all the storms and where they started when we talk about the last 75 years of data. And so it just shows you these are favorable spots. I mean, this is where you're going to have some very warm water. Everywhere that you're looking at is in the 80s. A lot of those numbers,
Divine Masculine is
closer,
rebooting
and where
his
it's a little
life.
more shallow, especially in the Gulf, is in the 90s. And so that's what allows, sadly, for that rapid intensification upon approach. Oftentimes that we have seen recently with these storms, water temperature departure from average. You'll notice we do have a blue stripe right in here. That's
Yeah,
gonna be warming
the
up,
karmic
easily
lies.
again, as we start looking at some of these
Spell
key
work
frontal boundaries that are coming through
is
right now. Widespread
the
showers,
spell work
kinda
is
cools off the water for a
causing
time
your
frame. That's gonna
confusion.
warm right back up,
The
and you'll
spell
notice
work you
near
did
the coast
is
again, that's where you have
backfiring
temperatures
on
that are
you,
above average.
and
So
it's
we notice it dips
causing
in
your
the jet stream.
confusion.
That's going to allow some of those lows to form, but they're
I
not
mean,
tropical lows. These are kind of coastal
collective.
lows. But again, what's the
The
biggest
spell work
concern
your
is the
karmic
amount
did
of rain that these
is
areas are taking.
coming
They're
back on
taking
them.
out, day
That's
after
why
day.
they
Flood-prone
confused.
spots, and then we talk about those areas maybe in the MDR. They come right off the
Wow,
heels
it
of
could
a
be an
rain
employee.
event leading into a name event, right? And so that's something that we'll be watching for, the compound effect of that as it plays out through the months ahead. Let's kick it out.
Yeah,
towards
because
Hawaii,
they
where Kilaue's
became
volcano
reckless.
continues to erupt. That's no surprise. It's been 32 times
Again,
since December.
this is
What
about
was
a
surprising
divine
was
masculine.
this. That's not just
It
a
can
tornado.
be
That's a
male or
volcano
female,
right there.
but
This volcano,
this
and you
is
can
a
see
male
all of that
or
lava
males or a
spewing
group
out
of
in the
males.
foreground. The volcanoes that are dancing
Yeah.
into the lava.
Your karmic is not connected anymore with the divine. You are not connected to your karmic
We're
anymore.
gonna have more stunning visuals on Fox Weather after this. Stay with us.
Welcome to the mouth of America.
They were using your
where you're
pictures
guaranteed
for
to
spell
find
work.
one
In
of
the
these.
in spell work.
And many contain pesticides, preservatives, toxins, and fillers. But with Bimergy, there's a way to save yourself. With vitamin drops that contain no additives, no preservatives, nothing
Okay.
artificial.
This might be a
Fast absorbing
grandfather.
vitamin drops by Bimergy. We
This
can
might
save
be a
ourselves.
grandfather.
You're too busy to be sick. That's why
Okay.
Patriot Urgent Care is here for you.
Let me
from 8 a.m.
rephrase
to
that.
8 p.m. 7 days a week.
You
So whether
seen
it's a nasty
spirit?
cough that won't go away,
seen the spirit?
a painful sore
It
throat,
might have been your.
or an
It was your
unexpected
grandfather.
injury, there's the Patriot Urgent Care at Highway 5 and Woodyard Road.
Why did
Right
he?
here in
Why did?
You never need
Car-
an appointment.
okay.
You can save time when
The
you check in
karmic
online.
might not,
Patriot Urgent Care.
but it might.
Get in,
I'm
get
really
out,
feeling
get
that it
better.
is the divine
As much
masculine's
as we appreciate what our
grandfather.
mechanics can do and who they are, no one looks forward to seeing the inside of an auto shop. Because
Yeah,
if
your
you're
karmic
here,
been giving you the
the
evil
car is
eye
too, and that means something's wrong.
for
And
some
likely
of
it means
you.
an expensive repair bill. That is, unless you've called CarShield. When you call CarShield before your car breaks down, they have plans that cover up to 5,000
Okay,
parts and systems of your
now,
car. Don't
for
wait.
some of
Call
you,
CarShield today.
you seen your
Call
grandfather,
800
spirit.
669-9526.
Safe Light Repairs.
He's trying to get your
Sometimes things
attention
fall right into place, but other times
because you have been ignoring the
At least
call.
you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments.
God
at
has been
SafeLight.com.
trying to
Awesome.
awaken
And
you,
SafeLight can come
or
to you
your
for free
ancestors,
anytime,
or your
anywhere,
grandfather
and do
has been
everything
trying
you
to
need to get back
awaken
on the
you,
road. All set. Here you go.
Thank you.
but you've been ignoring the call.
Pay later at SafeLight.com.
And I'm feeling, because you think that it's not real, yeah, it's real. Your grandfather
A smart mattress comes
is
with it.
trying.
Heats, elevates, and adjusts
Your
sleep.
grandfather,
Clinically proven to give
you
up to
seen
1
his
hour
spirit.
more of quality sleep per night. Whether it's a heat wave or
You seen your
cold,
grandfather's
the pod
spirit.
adjusts each side of the bed automatically to keep
He's
you and
trying to
your
get your
partner comfortable.
attention because you have been ignoring the call or thinking that you know you're hearing things. So you're not hearing things. Bingo. You are one of the chosen ones.
Redemption is open to us all.
Wow.
Life is to be lived and embraced.
This is divine masculine. Divine masculine. This is what your karmic is doing. This is what you're going through, right? But your grandfather has been trying. You've seen your grandfather because he's been trying to get your attention because you are ignoring the call because you think you're hearing things or seeing things or something. No, baby, it is real. This is what your karmic or karmics are doing. And he's trying to wake you up to this. Okay? This is what's going to happen to your karmic. This is what's going to happen to your karmic.
Listening to and seeing right now is out of Flagler County, where a man was saved last week because he got lost in a salt
This is what they're doing. They're doing spell work. The couple. I don't know who it is. Only you know. The couple is doing spell work on you to cause you a burden, but it's going to come back on their asses. That spell work is coming back on their asses. Your grandfather is saying you need to find yourself, baby, because you are one of the chosen ones. Okay? Don't fight it. Don't fight it. You are one of the chosen ones, divine masculine. You are. You are. With this type of rainfall rate, and you're not crazy. This is real.
We did get some significant rain though. 5 inches of it just outside.
This is real.
Pines and Miramar out towards the Everglades, and about 3 inches outside of Fort Lauderdale. Now, as we had mentioned, this is a diurnal pattern. It's going to be waterlogged for the next several days. What does diurnal mean? It just means on into the afternoon, you have enough heat of the day. That radiating heat from the surface allows these storms to expand, and you unleash those thunderstorms. And it goes.
He wants you to get out in nature. Divine masculine, get out in nature.
It subsides.
You could be a karmic, or your you could be in Aquarius, or your karmic, or karmic, whatever.
And see their friends. There's a lot that's going on, of course.
Wow. He wants you to change. You're going to get a new resident. You're moving. You're going to move. You're going to move. Because these people are narcissists.
When we look at the amount of rain, I think
they're narcissists.
Set up as of right now over the Florida Everglades, and that's a good thing. That's a swamp; it can absorb all.
You're able to move. You're going to move.
You're doing an extended window all the way through Monday.
If not, you have to put it in God's hands and ask Him to help you. But you are stable enough to get your own place. That's what I'm saying.
Tonight I'm going to be dipping into the
you will move
as fall-like temperatures sweep across the upper Midwest, and we might even see a little bit of frost in some of those areas just north of there, like Wausau and those areas. So, welcome into another edition of
I said this is a karmic read. So,
Tom, so good to see you. Hey, Steve. I see you got the fire going. You got this
it's
thing
a
full blast.
Collective read for a divine masculine's reading.
Steve, and we're already feeling
about your karmic. Divine masculine karmic read. Yeah. Divine masculine and karmic read.
In the upper Midwest with both temperatures and dew points starting
when you
to
move, you're going to be totally happy.
The cool air mass is
yeah.
on the way. So I think
you're going to be happy.
For sweater weather over the next couple of days, Steve, as we start to see that cooler air sink in.
Yes, you are. Okay. Tarot reader,
temperatures there for you. 40s,
I'm the
maybe
tarot
upper
reader
30s in the
that
northern
gave you a
portion.
message.
How do people in Wisconsin react to that? Are they kind of welcoming it and excited?
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of people are in part.
I'm so happy,
because
Divine
the
Masculine.
mosquitoes have been so bad around here. We had a lot of
You're going to
flooding
get a
back around
reboot
August
on your
9th,
life.
August 10th in Milwaukee, and all that
Yeah.
standing water has led to
You're going to get a
lot
new
of
start.
mosquitoes. I mean,
Divine
everywhere,
Masculine.
and they've
So
been pretty
this
rough
is
over
a
the last few weeks. So
new
I think
group
in
of
that
y'all.
regard, people are pretty happy to see those temperatures start to cool down. But yeah,
But
I mean,
this
Steve, you mentioned
this
it. We've got that
this
frost
group that's
advisory
coming
for parts
in,
of northern and northwest
you are
Wisconsin. It's
just
gonna get pretty
starting
chilly
your
later
journey.
tonight.
Yeah, and
Yep.
with those fronts, they're nice.
You're
They bring the
just
temperatures
starting your
down,
journey.
But they also transport some of that smoke. I want to ask you, because from our vantage point, patio looks fabulous. We can see
You're
it
just
clearly.
starting
What's
your
the air
journey.
quality like for you in Milwaukee and for Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's a great question. So air quality is looking pretty good around here. So no real issues.
Oh,
with that.
you
We
have a
had low
soulmate
in the
waiting
sky
for
earlier
you.
today as that front was coming through.
Divine
But yeah, as you
Masculine,
mentioned,
you
it's
got a
really
soulmate
off to
waiting
the
for
west. I mean,
you.
the Pacific Northwest, parts of
Oh,
California,
you set
now
some
switching into
intentions,
Montana,
huh?
Where air quality alerts are
Okay.
back for places like Missoula, where it's been
All right,
hot and
got you.
also very smoky. And now Kansas City needs to be on alert for some of this
When you do the
wildfire
work,
smoke by tomorrow
it's going to
and
be
tomorrow
victory
night
for
as it heads
sure.
to the southeast. So we might just get grazed by a little bit of that.
You're going to
on
have
Thursday night
victory.
here in Wisconsin, but farther to the west and southwest, more thicker smoke. A little
Your
more of a different
karmic's
story over
going to
there.
end up being bipolar
Fascinating that is to see smoke transported thousands of miles away. But
or
to find your
diagnosed
insight,
to
you
be
and I actually talked about
bipolar.
this. I feel like it was like 2 weeks ago, Tom, with Juliet, how it can transport water and tropical moisture thousands of miles. What's your insight on Lorraine?
Yeah, God is with you.
Yeah, isn't that wild? Lorena is a Category 1 hurricane there in the Pacific, not far
Initial
from the Baja
W,
California
you or your
right now.
karmic.
And so that, I mean, look at it here on the enhanced satellite. You can really see those colder cloud tops, and that is going to be making landfall here in the next couple of days. In the
So it's
Baja
your karmic.
California, and then kind of curve
No,
around,
no,
and
no.
It should fall apart over northwest
Perfection.
Mexico, at least from an organized
No.
storm system standpoint.
That's
But,
not it.
Steve, as you mentioned, that
one's
moisture
not it.
is going to
Oh,
come in to
oh.
parts of the southwest, places like Arizona and New Mexico, and that could enhance rainfall as we head
Your
to
karmic
Friday and into
initial
parts of Saturday. So
W.
the system itself falls
It's
apart,
going to be no
you still
justice
feel
for
the
them.
effects when it comes
For
to some
him
heavier rains.
or her.
It's just fascinating to watch this all play out. And Tom, I was just thinking about what
Yep.
you're talking about. How much
It's going to be
rain
no
is to be
justice. It's no
transported in those
justice
areas
for
of
him
Baja California
or
up
her.
into the desert Southwest. You spend a lot of time in Oklahoma. That's a drier
For
state.
her.
When do you start getting concerned about the rain rate? Do you kind of remember
However
being
this
there and it's
reading
like, okay,
resonates,
what's the risk?
go
This
with it,
threshold,
okay?
you've got tropical
So if
moisture
it's a
moving into the
female,
Southwest.
go
It's a
with it.
different type
If it's
of
a male, go with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could
We
be
have to watch
same
that
sex.
too. I mean, even in the panhandle of Texas in the next few days, there's going to be a frontal boundary coming in, right? So sometimes you can get moisture pooling along the front when you get tropical systems. Might get a little bit of that into parts
Karmic
of the Texas
has been
panhandle.
pushing
Nothing too
others
major,
away
but
from
yeah,
you.
That's something that really needs to be watched when these systems come
The
on
answer
board,
is yes.
because, as you know, they hit land and the system itself
What
weakens
I'm
right
telling
very
you is
quickly
the
when
truth.
it comes
Whatever
off of
you're
the warm
asking yourself,
waters
the
of
answer is
the
yes.
ocean as it comes in, but the effects can linger, and where that moisture goes once it hits the United States depends on
You have-
where frontal boundaries
you
are.
have
And
been
I
feeling
certainly can
bound.
remember, in Oklahoma several times where we had
Manipulated.
very heavy rainfall. We get it here in Wisconsin, not quite as often.
Could
but
be your
if we
father.
get that tropical moisture coming in conjunction with the storm system,
Wow.
you can really get those heavy downpours and heavy rain rates, and that's really something that
You're
needs to be
bound
watched.
by your
Yeah,
father.
From a dry arid climate to tropical like, and it's not what the landscape is built for. It's not the
Spell work
infrastructure.
is
That's where we
returned
could
back
have some
to your
big
father.
concerns, Tom. I love it. I love being able to talk to you and kind of dive into these different
Yep.
topics. Thank you for joining
Or
us.
maybe
for another
you
Extreme
are
Set.
a father.
Thanks, Steve. It's always great to be
Or
with
your
you. We'll
karmic
see you again
is
next
a
week.
father,
Sounds
but
good.
not
Feel
your
the
father.
trees rustling
Either one.
behind Tom. An
Oh,
indication.
He's been manipulating you.
Right? Yeah, no, it sounds good. Tom's a great guy to talk to. And Kiana, we were just talking to Tom, of course, about
Archangel Michael
that's
is
the
with
only thing
you.
that's churning in the heat back right now.
That is not. I mean, we have this Kilauea erupting
Damn.
32nd time so far since December. We got a volcano.
Excuse
which
the paper got wet.
On the right-hand side,
He been using a voodoo
spin,
doll on you.
showing a little bit of the volcano and a tornado.
Now,
happening
your
right
karmic
outside this volcano.
has an
So a
incurable
lot of people in
disease.
Hawaii taking in this visual, and then we got to talk about the big storm
We
that's
went to the
barreling.
water.
Yeah, get out in the water now, and it's starting
Now,
that major
for some of
hurricane
you,
Kiko,
your
right? So we
karmic
just
is
addressed
trying
Lorena.
to.
Now we're going to dive into
Okay.
Kiko and talk about what's ahead.
No,
This thing
no.
has been bullish.
That's
It's
not it.
outperformed
That's
a lot
not
of
it, because
models'
y'all just
expectation over the last
started.
24 hours, and the question mark is, what does Hawaii have in store?
I mean, absolutely. We didn't have a category 4
But
storm
for
yesterday
some
this time in the
of
model.
you,
So now looking
some
like
of
it could
you,
still continue to
your
change
karmic
from here
is
on out.
trying
What
to
we're gonna be
reverse
watching closely, I think, Steve, is
your
how much time it has
spell
over warm water
back
before it
on
reaches
to
Hawaii.
you.
Yeah, to your point, right? It's right on that threshold. It's like a balance beam right now. And where it decides, 'cause remember the cone is where the center is going.
And
So
that
that's
ain't gonna
what
happen.
a lot of this is
That ain't gonna
derived
happen.
from it.
Some
So
of you
when we bring out the
have
ensemble runs,
reversed the
regardless of
spell
intensity,
back
it looks
to
like
them.
Hawaii just needs to be prepared
They're,
next week for
they
something.
are trying to reverse your spell back to you. It's not going to
Again,
work.
the intensity is
Don't
still
even worry
up for
about it.
question, but we know Hawaii is an area that does experience storms in terms of tropical systems.
They
That
had,
was in the case all the way
they
back to
paid
1950.
for it.
Yeah, this looks like my little
They
one
paid
falling
to
right
have
now, right?
this
Trying to
spell
color
work
the card.
reversed.
Yeah, she don't ever color in the line. She
But
just
it's
creates
not
a
gonna
lot of
work.
this, and it's beautiful, right? So there's 54 storms, though. They've been within 300 miles, so it's not about landfall. A lot of times we get married to that verbiage, right?
Especially for an area like Hawaii.
Yeah, it's about how close and what are those impacts going to translate to. You see some of these.
I'm
though,
gonna
these
get
are
a
the
few
ones
more
that
and
are
I'm
strongest
closing it
storms
out.
on approach that are coming in towards the islands, and notice a lot of them were coming in from the south. Yeah, and the west. This one looks like it's coming in out of this direction, which isn't, necessarily the most common.
Right, and I think
Yeah, you have a destiny divine masculine. You have God's will to do.
how that rain kind of comes into the island.
And your karmic is holding on to you too tight. Your father.
It all really does make a big impact. If we had to pick one thing that we know could possibly happen no matter what, I think we should be expecting big waves across Hawaii.
Yeah, and so what we're looking at here is that actual overall pattern that if it does come in from the direction that we're looking at with Kiko, does weaken.
And some of you are
approach,
famous.
but overall, this is something that we're
Okay, I'm
watching
gonna end it
for
right there.
quickly. Like we've talked about how it turns into the
You
squiggly
all
bacon and turns into organization
have a nice
quickly
night, sweet
and rides
dreams,
through
and
that
I'll
block.
get back to you all. I'll come back with another reading later.
So that wasn't something that kind of
Bye.
disrupted this quick development, but